Hi there, and welcome to Quick Tips for Teaching. I'm your host, Jenna Camp, and today we're talking about hybrid teaching. In fact, today is the first in a multi part series on hybrid help. As the country is getting more vaccinations rolled out, more states, schools, and school districts are making a new transition, this time from distance learning or fully remote learning to a hybrid model. And of course, any kind of change brings stress and anxiety. So these next few series are here to help alleviate some of that stress for you. Hybrid means the teacher is in the classroom with some scholars, while other scholars are still in the remote learning of their home. It's called synchronous mixed mode teaching. And this means that the teacher is experiencing teaching with different screens, some scholars in front of them, some in a remote location, and the teacher's probably wearing face masks, as are the scholars. There is social distancing happening. And all of this is incredibly awkward. And it really changes the way that the remote learners are experiencing the teacher because now not only are you in this tiny little box, but you've got a mask over your mouth, and that can make things strange. So, a couple of things to remember: be kind. Be kind to yourself as you figure out how to do all of this. It's not easy. Be kind to others. The teacher down the hall from you might be experiencing more struggle and stress than you are, or maybe less, and they can help you out. The scholars who are so excited to be back with you in the classroom are still experiencing some stress. Nothing's normal. They're wearing masks. These are hot. They're hard to talk through. They're hard to be in all day. They want to hug their friends and high five each other, and they can't. There's going to be technology issues. There are always technology issues. All of this is so awkward and strange. Just remember that mistakes make us better, and that the best practices that apply to any teaching experience apply to hybrid teaching. So while you're standing in the front of a classroom wearing a mask, socially distanced from your scholars who have to be socially distanced from each other, and you're coming at all of your scholars still through the screen because you still have to rely on these slides and this Zoom technology to work with your remote learners at the same time. Remember, the most important thing is connection. Relationships are the most important thing. Your ability to relate to your scholars, you may have to use a lot more eye contact and raise your voice a little, not raise your voice, but use a more engaged, excited vocal tone. You may have to slow down and enunciate because talking through a mask isn't easy. And to bring everybody together, to keep them engaged, you want to make sure that your remote learners feel just as much a part of your classroom as the scholars in front of you. So, using those breakout rooms to help scholars connect with each other is important. Using the same Google Docs that scholars can work on collaboratively together, and doing some basic kind of uh, exercises that keep the relationships open, that keep you getting to know your scholars and them getting to know you. This is incredibly important, this sense of connection and belonging. And that brings with it a sense of empowerment, too, also very important. Scholar voice and choice remains just as important during hybrid learning as regular learning. And the predictability of your classroom routines and procedures could not be more important as you make yet another transition that you all have to manage somehow and figure out awkwardly. Sometimes, now that you're back in your classroom, you might be able to add in a new routine. You have maybe manipulatives that you can work for your math class, or you can bring a book off the shelf and do a book talk. Some novelty is a little fun, and that helps re engage scholars as well. But no matter what, always remember to be flexible and plan for change, plan for something to go wrong. You know something's going to go wrong, but the more you plan for it, the better you can handle it, the more grace you can have as you all just maneuver through these uncharted waters. I hope this has helped. For more quick tips, please check out jennacamp.com. You can always find me on Facebook, Instagram, or on my YouTube page where you can subscribe and like these videos. And don't forget to check out my new podcast, Think or Thwim. This is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and other popular podcasting sites. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time for more quick tips.